Oh, good morning. Oh, we appreciate you so much for showing up to this video. And today we're talking about potty training with the Creating Champions for Life methods. And as you would know it from the Learn to Speak Kid program, where Bonnie and Thomas Liotta, and we help parents live with their kids with more peace, happiness, and harmony, where parents and toddlers and children and teenagers work together as a team. So we wanted to give you a few points today that's going to help your potty training journey go much simpler, faster, happier, and more loving all around.
How
Tom?
How about cleaner?
And, well, maybe. It's a dirty job, but somebody's got to do it.
Excellent. Well, you know, when you think about the whole process, how many times, Bonnie, would you say that we don't even know that we don't even know we're approaching it in the wrong aptitude? And it comes down to dictating and bribing when we actually start the potty training sequence.
Yeah, well, I just want to say that you know when you're off the mark or doing something wrong. And I don't wrong, like you're wrong, you're a bad parent, but I just mean taking an approach that's going to cause a power struggle. And you know this when your child starts crying, running away from the potty, really power struggling with you, then you know that the approach needs some attention.
Yeah, just some basic when you start to get a little bit of resistance. And so when you start to think about this is really exciting, is instead of dictating, telling them where to go or bribing them, hey, I got this for you if you can come do this, right? You're actually initiating it. Think about it, Mike, if you've read the book, Learn to Speak Kid, you know that in module chapter 6, it's called Knowing the Reward. It's all about them. So you find some really key windows because by the time they're age 2 or before 2, this should be a good, smooth transition. So what is it that they usually ask for, Bonnie? Is it like dinner time, like I'm hungry, or whatever it might be? That's a common thing they ask, yes?
Well, you're guaranteed several times a day that your toddler is going to say, I'm hungry. I want cereal. I want yogurt. I want that. I want this. I want to watch TV. So whatever it is that they want would be their reward that they're working to earn.
Yeah, so these are like the little windows of opportunity. And so when you can think about this, what would be step 1? You wait for them to have one of those things they want or ask, and then you begin to ask questions, which is the natural counter to dictating. So if they ask, I want a yogurt, and say, you know what, we'd love to have you have a yogurt. Let's ask this question first, and when we get it right, we can get that yogurt. Hey, quick question there, little Timmy. What is this little thing here that's in the bathroom? What's it called? And you kind of give them like maybe something really bizarrely crazy, like, is it a tree or is it a potty station? You know, something really simple so they can kind of grasp the very first one as you begin to introduce it by asking them questions. When they go, I don't know, or there's a little question, you share with what it is, and then they actually get their reward, which is what they were asking for in the first place. So it starts to go with a little bit of an introduction just like that to start.
Yeah, I think that's a great idea, is to put the potty in the bathroom when they're about 18 months old and bring them to the bathroom with you and start talking to them and telling them. And I think a lot of times, Tom, well, especially I have 3, 4 toddlers at the same time, well, 4 babies under the age of 6. So for me, when I went to the bathroom, it was like my only place. I could have quiet times. I'd go in and shut the door. But when you are thinking about potty training, you are training them. They have no idea. It's not like they reach the age of 2 and go, oh, well, I don't pee and poop in my diapers anymore, right? They need to be trained. And so this is all leading up to that big day where you're going to make the decision and get rid of the diaper, right? No pull-ups. That's a scam. That will just take forever to potty train. Just get rid of the diapers and begin to train and teach them what it feels like when you pee your pants.
Yeah, so you go through those open questions just to get the introduction started. And then pretty soon you can +1 it, which would be, oh, well, now that they start to identify what it is, then you would actually allow them to start to take ownership of it. And be like, well, I wonder whose this is for. I see the big person one, which is for mom and dad here, but I wonder whose this is for. And then all of a sudden they go, oh, it's for me, or it's mine, or, you know, whatever it is. And you start to see that transition happen. So that's like step 2 or phase 2. Then you can like, you know, obviously you're having your clothes on at first introduction, but you got the toilet seat down. They see you sit down, and then you'd be like, huh, do you think you can sit on there? Or show me how that might work for you. So there'd be that kind of like that show me. Remember, once again, they ask, you know, I want to go outside and play, or I want to do this, or I want to play at that, or I'd like to eat. You start those little trigger moments. And that's what's key, to ask those little tiny little baby steps in there. And then pretty soon, now this is like a little subtype. If you feel uncomfortable doing it yourself, like visually showing, oh my gosh, YouTube is a wonderful technique that wasn't around 20 years ago, was it, Bonnie?
No, that's true. But there's not one mom in the world that has gotten over themselves. So I'm sure we can all sit on the toilet in front of our little 2-year-old.
One of the two. Or a lot of times you can have that monkey see, monkey do happen for the little one. Is, see, there's a little guy. Look what he's doing. He's sitting on it and using it. And so it allows them to play that modeling part.
Mm-hmm.
And then once that happens for them, now there's that last phase, which is when they start to trigger when they're going to go before they go. And then once that happens, then you can start going, oh, when would be the best time to go to the potty, right? And you start to associate that. And then pretty soon, the transition just goes through the little phases, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And it can happen as quick as, like, say, a few days, maybe over a couple weeks to a month. That process is just whatever your ability is to make it smooth.
Yeah, and be consistent with your plan, right? So it can take up to a month or 2 months or whatever if you're using those pull-ups, or you're going, oh, well, we're going out for the afternoon, so I'll just put a diaper on and that kind of thing. I'm so grateful that I was taught this when my first baby was 2. It was like, oh, they're 2, diaper's gone. Okay, that's the biggest thing. And I love introducing them to it over periods of months, right? And then the day that you decide, you're 2, we're potty training, it's a decision. It should take no more than 3 days for successful, happy, harmonious potty training. Because the minute your 2-year-old pees in that potty for the first time, now they know what it's for. And now you're going to praise and jump up and down and run up and down the hallway and show everybody what a good little guy or little girl is they did in the potty. And they love that.
Yeah. And of course, there's always going to be a few of those transitional parts where they didn't quite make it, or oops, what happened? But that's just part of the thing. Is there's no bad to it. Oh, look what you did wrong, you know, and then like, wow,
No.
look what you did. Now, what would have been the better place to go? And it's that openness of, they've already experienced here, yeah, forget this one, but over there would have been much better. And they start that association. It's such a fun, loving way to go about it. It's the guiding the behavior versus the punishment way. And if you've ever gone that punishment way, well, let me ask you this. How's it been going so far? Exactly.
It doesn't work. Okay, so let's summarize really quickly, okay? So you're going to think about potty training when your baby's about 18 months old, and you're going to get a little potty, and you're going to start introducing, that's your potty, that's Lily's potty, or whatever your baby's name is, right? And you're going to give that baby ownership of it. You're going to do monkey see, monkey do by either playing a YouTube video or talking with your baby when you go to the bathroom and just showing them what it's for. And then we're going to make that decision, and we're going to say, we're potty training. Bye-bye diapers, no more diapers. Now they either pee in their pants or they pee in the potty. And about 3 days of consistently, Mommy, I'm hungry. I would love for you to eat. What do we need to do first? Let's go visit the potty. And if you stay consistent with that and you catch your baby just one time peeing on the potty, it's all smooth rolling and downhill from there, and very loving and connecting journey as well.
Yeah, it really is. It can be as fun as you want it to be, or it can be as much hair pulling as you choose to be. So these techniques work when you work them, and that's all you need to do is just go to work and have that loving, guiding behavior versus the punishment part, and you'll be able to see them open up to you and have it be a wonderful experience versus the other. Because there was one child that I remembered that was in our program that was up to age 8 that was still wearing diapers. So you can always teach these techniques, but if you miss the window and you let it just kind of go on and you think it's going to magically happen at a certain age, well, I don't think it ever will. Because when I saw a child that was still 8 wearing diapers, I was thinking to myself, wow, there was a window that was missed. Yeah. And I'm thinking, what, magic age 10? Still didn't happen. So it has to be taught. And that's our role as a parent. So when we do our role, everything starts to fall right into place. So
Okay, well, just hit stop.